Yo, what's good everybody on YouTube? It's your boy AnnoyingTV. As you guys can see, this will be my last finalized video pertaining to NBA 2K19 as far as gameplay goes. You know what I'm saying? As a lot of you guys have questions, I've been telling you guys to tag me on Twitter, asking me questions, and there's just something that I want to get clear out of the way because you guys keep asking me. A lot of y'all keep asking me about cutscenes. A lot of y'all keep asking me about microtransaction. A lot of y'all keep asking me about park. A lot of y'all keep asking me about neighborhood. I only played 2 quick games involving NBA 2K19. 2 quick games. I played a demo version. I did not have access to any online features. I just want to get that cleared out of the way because a lot of you guys keep asking me about, yo, is there stage? Is there this? Is there that? I don't know. I can't confirm anything. Everything that I'm telling you that is from what I played from those 2 quick games, okay? Now, did I have a conversation about playground, park, or whatever with the developers? I did have a conversation about that. And everything that was in that conversation, I told you guys in the last video when it was pertaining to Rebel Wars. It was, we talked about Rebel Wars, we talked about VIP, how home court, we talked about all of that, okay? Other than that, I don't know any information regarding to stage, park, alleged rec center, anything else. I do not know, okay? Everything is unconfirmed. Now, I told you guys to tag me on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? And regarding to the last finalized news about NBA 2K19, I discussed shot meters, I discussed dribbling, I discussed defense. There's only really 2 more things to discuss: rebounding, screens, and other stuff. Now, a lot of you guys were asking me about gameplay changes in the game and asking me a lot of questions that even myself, I think is really good questions, okay? Now, I also have gameplay to show to you guys to back up my claims because I also have to check back my footage. If you guys want to watch the full gameplay footage instead of these clips that I'm giving you, you can watch my past vlog. This is on my channel. It's called I Played NBA 2K19 Early. You will see the full footage of all my gameplay that I've had, okay? Now, somebody asked me on Twitter, they said, yo, Annoying, I usually ask you a lot of questions and it should be nice if you could answer one. Is there sloppy movement in NBA 2K19? Like, for example, before you shoot the ball, if you want it to be a straight shot, you'd have to do a little behind the back to set your feet. Now, when I was playing the game and I had to get confirmation from others that play NBA 2K18, okay, I played quick game, okay? Now, I know that when you set your feet when you're behind the back, that occurs more in an online game mode than it really does in quick game, okay? Now, I had to double check and confirm, you know what I'm saying? When I looked at my gameplay, I noticed that you don't have to set your feet when you do it behind the back. I gave you guys an example right here. Here's an example slash clip of what happens when you're on a fast break. You don't have to set it, you can just shoot, okay? Now, a lot of y'all ask me about dragging shots. Like, yo, when you pass the ball and do you have to, like, does it make you drag like the dragging animations have been in previous 2Ks? Now, me, myself, personally, I didn't notice it. It might be in the game, but the reason why I didn't notice it is because I have a habit of having to pause for a second before shooting the ball because it's always occurred in 2K since like 2K15. You've always had to, you know what I'm saying, kind of pause before you shoot the ball. Now, me, myself, I never tried to shoot it that quick to get to that point, but you guys can check it out. Like I said, you guys can check out the footage for yourself and you guys can see for yourself on what you interpret from the clips, you know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the setting your feet goes, I didn't have to set my feet once. I showed you guys a clip of Curry. Here's Curry. I was on a fast break and I straight shot the ball. It didn't force me to do it behind the back. I think 2K really learned their lesson this year when it pertains to that. And it's a big up because it's something that we've all been complaining about. I've been complaining about it personally since the beginning of the year. Now, just gameplay changes. You guys, I'm talking quick because you guys, you know, you guys always clown me and you're like, yo, why are your videos like 20 minutes, bro? Why are your videos like 15? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to speed it up for you guys because I'm talking quick this time. But back to what I was saying. Noticeable gameplay changes. I told you guys that this year it feels more like a 2K game. You know what I'm saying? It's less stiff. It has that less stiff feeling in the game, and it feels okay. Let me correct myself because I saw some comments in my last video pertaining to stiffness and realistic and stuff like that. Let me just make this clear. When I use the term realistic, I mean stiff, okay? Stiff, heavily contested greens, those are both classified as realistic. You know what I'm saying? When I spoke to Mike Wang a while ago, and I was talking to him about heavily contested greens, he said the reason why we added it is because it's realistic. So when I say the game is more arcade-like, that means that it's less realistic. When I say that, I mean that it feels more like a 2K game, where it doesn't have that tightness to the game like it did the previous years. It feels more like a 2K game than it did last year. Okay, so that's what I mean when I say the game is more arcade-like and less realistic, okay? And I actually like that. I want the game to feel like a 2K game, you know what I'm saying? Now, back to what I was saying. The game feels more like a 2K game. I already went to dunking animation. I told you guys the dunking animations are nasty. That's one thing I noticed in the gameplay changes. But I also mentioned that you kind of miss dunks a little bit too often. Okay, I also told you guys in discussing the last video about blow-by animations. Blow-by animations occur when we played it, like any player who was average against each other, the defender would stick to them. You can't like move them out of the way. But if your player was like weighed more, like for instance, we put LeBron on Curry, LeBron was bullying Curry, you know what I'm saying? Now, also heard you guys talk about screens, like, yo, no, what's up with the screens? Again, it pertains to the stiffness, like I was talking about in the realistic, okay? In 18, I feel like the screens were a little bit stiff, you know what I'm saying? In 19 screens, it feels more arcade-like, okay? There's no, I didn't notice any animation like in 2K17 where you fall down. I don't think there's a fall down animation. I have clips, again, here's a clip of setting screens, you know what I'm saying? And the screens look more fluent. You could kind of dodge them more, but overall, if you guys ask me for my opinion, it doesn't look more effective or less effective. It looks about the same, okay? As far as post moves go, a lot of you guys were asking me about post moves and post scoring. Now, I'm not a post player. I'm mainly a guard player. I'm mainly a shooting player. I'm mainly, you know what I'm saying, I'm not really a center type or center-like player. I didn't try Euro steps. I didn't try post spins or anything. I have tried like simple fadeaways. And one thing that I noticed is that your fadeaways kind of go in this year if you are like a fadeaway type player. Like for instance, but again, it also depends on matchups. Like I was saying, I put LeBron on Curry. LeBron in the post against Curry, LeBron was hitting his shots, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that I noticed as far as gameplay, okay? And overall, man, you got a lot of guys asking me questions. Again, I don't know anything about online modes. You can't ask me. I told you guys that we did discuss previous playgrounds, and we did discuss previous parks, and he said that there's gonna be some unique street ball moves that are dribbling and dunking that are going to be in online game modes, okay? So that's one thing that you guys might love, and you know, it is what it is. Another thing that he mentioned, and somebody asked me this on Twitter as well. Somebody asked me on Twitter, they said, yo, with the takeover system, will there be more ankle breakers once unlocked? Yes, the answer is yes. I spoke to Mike Wang about that, and if you guys don't know what the takeover system is, I tried to explain it to you guys, but it reminds me of a grand badge in NBA 2K17, okay? It just reminds me of a different name for it, okay? Now, from what the dev told me personally, he said when you obtain this takeover system, which is like a heating system, an on-fire system, when you obtain this, you will be able to break more ankles frequently, and you would get some other animations that you wouldn't get without the on-fire badge. So that could be, you know what I'm saying, unique street ball moves. It could be whatever, you know what I'm saying. It could be whatever. Your player will perform better when he has this takeover system, okay? Overall, what else I didn't discuss? Rebounding. Overall rebounding, the box outs feel like box outs this year, you know what I'm saying? Big box outs, you know what I'm saying? But again, it could depend on who it is, you know what I'm saying? Like DeMarcus Cousins box outs were big box outs in the quick games, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody could get around them. I know it was an issue last year where like, sometimes guards like Curry can come out of nowhere and grab a rebound. And I think that's really toned down this year. Is it possible? Yes, it's still possible, but I feel like it's toned down a bit. I feel like the box outs are actually box outs this year, you know what I'm saying? But again, depends on matchups and depends on who's boxing who out, you know what I'm saying? And overall, man, those are my thoughts on NBA 2K19. I'm excited for this game. I am, okay? And a lot of you guys are asking me, yo, are you excited? You don't really seem too excited. Nah, I'm excited about this game. Now, it's up to you if you want to be excited. I gave you guys my opinion, my thoughts, my feedback, my input. Now, it's up to you as a viewer if you like these new changes, because I do. You know what I'm saying? I like these new changes. I'm 100% getting the game this year. And you guys let me know how you feel about NBA 2K19. The prelude drops next month. I told you guys that I'm going to be making mad accounts, you know what I'm saying? I'm making mad accounts, testing out builds. I'm excited for this new playground or whatever they got coming for us, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited for whatever they throw at us with regards to online game mode. And it's your boy AnnoyingTV. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.